Hi guys, welcome back to another season of the Global Playlist. This season, the episodes will be slightly different. First of all, let's meet Jacob, our amazing guest from Kenya, and let's discover what got him into music and which are his main influences in the quiz. Follow me. Welcome, Jacob. How are you feeling?
Great. Glad to be here. Thanks for having me. Excited to talk about Kenyan music.
We're so happy to have you here. Could you tell us something about you, please?
Yeah, so obviously my name is Jacob Sibiokumu. I'm from Nairobi, Kenya, and I suppose I'm still a musician. I went to Berkeley as a guitarist, but what I studied at Berkeley is a degree called Contemporary Writing and Production. So it's more to do with the writing and arranging of music as well as the production of music. Yeah, I think that pretty much sums me up musically.
Why do you say that you used to be a guitarist?
Because I've been in a very weird limbo situation in my life where because of the COVID crisis and economic reasons and visa reasons, my wife and I kind of got, well, at the time she was my girlfriend, now she's my wife. We got kind of separated and she was in Bulgaria, I was in LA, and I moved back to Kenya. And then we were at the point where we're like, well, if we want to continue this journey together as a couple, we have to get married. It was very transactional, the whole proposal. Because of that, I've just been in a kind of limbo phase where I haven't been playing that much, also because of the COVID crisis, of course. So yeah, I still really do enjoy it. Just I haven't done it as much as I used to. That's why I'm not sure if the title still remains.
It definitely remains. Come on. When did you start playing guitar?
A long time ago, probably when I was 14 or 15. And it was really born out of vanity. I was in high school and there was a song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers that came out called Snow, and it had a really cool guitar riff. And I thought, well, if I can play this guitar riff, then I'm going to be the guy in high school. And that's really what was my only motivation, just to be the guy. And actually, because my brother's also a musician, he also went to Berkeley. He's actually still in the States at the moment. And because of that, my parents, tried to be equal, were trying to encourage me to also play guitar. And I was more the academic student, so I wasn't really that interested. So I had a guitar that was just kind of gathering dust for quite a long time. And then this song came out. I was trying to learn Snow, and it was just a match made in heaven. So I just couldn't stop. I owe it all to the Chili Peppers.
And did it pay off? Did you become the guy?
I came the guy for like one night, and then everyone forgot I was the guy.
So cool. Thanks, Jacob. We're going to do the test now. We're changing some things this season, and we're going to start with the test so you can meet, first of all, Jacob.
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
First album you purchased?
If I was to say like the one that I wanted and was purchased for me was, I think, Avril Lavigne for Christmas, because I thought she was just the coolest person ever. But the first album that I purchased with my own pocket money, I can't remember entirely, but I think it was when I was going through my rap hip hop phase. So I think it was either Food and Liquor by Lupe Fiasco, Rhythm and Gangster by Snoop Dogg, or Out of My Mind by Pharrell Williams. It was one of those three. I just can't remember which one exactly.
So you went through a hip hop phase?
Well, big hip hop phase in middle school, yes.
Okay. Favorite album of all time?
This one was impossible. This was so hard. It's always changing, but I suppose, again, going to the answer I just gave, I'd have to say it's Stadium Arcadium by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, because that's really the reason I'm a musician at all. At the moment, though, the album I've been listening to on repeat for months now is an album by the Belgian artist Stromae called The Multitude. Definitely my album of the year. I think I'll just keep Stadium Arcadium because of the influence it had on me, but Multitude is a close second right now.
Top 3 artists of all time.
Yeah. Again,
another tough one.
Impossible of all time. I think I have to keep the Chili Peppers because of the influence they had on me as a musician. And again, I'm going to stick with Stromae just because I think he's one of the greatest artists of his generation. I just think he's very interesting, very unique. And this new album, incorporating all kinds of different music from all around the world, which is very fitting for the global playlist. And then the third one, just to keep the theme of the global playlist, I think I'm going to go with Buena Vista Social Club. It fits for every occasion. Like I've heard it played at weddings, like background music, at parties, and it's everywhere you go. If the album is being played, it works.
And the vibe is great, and the musicians, all the compositions are amazing. Cool.
Amazing, yeah.
Favorite song of all time?
I don't know how people do this.
When I think about it myself, it's like, I don't know why I'm asking this. It's impossible.
Time being, because it always changes, and because of this Stromae album, I think to pick one song from that album that's my favorite, it's pretty much impossible. But because of my wife's influence, and she's Bulgarian, and because this song has a Bulgarian choir at the beginning, I'm going to go with L'Enfer on the Multitude album by Stromae. But also because it's a kind of a sad song about depression, I'll also pick like an alternate just in case for like happy vibes. And I'll go with You Wanna Be Starting Something by Michael Jackson.
And as you're mentioning Bulgaria, have you finally seen the episode?
I've seen a bunch of episodes on this. I've liked, I've subscribed. I think the latest one was an Argentinian guy.
Yeah.
That's the last one I've seen. Yeah, but I've seen almost all of them, if not all of them. But yeah, I did see the Bulgarian one as well.
Cool, because I talked to Svilen recently and he did a great job actually, and he still loves the project and is very supportive.
Yeah.
So thanks, Svilen.
Me too.
Favorite concert ever?
It's again, I have to kind of break the rules and flip a coin between two. And It's either John Mayer or Stevie Wonder, and they were both at the TD Garden in Boston when I was there. If I had to pick one, I think I'd have to go with Stevie Wonder just because he's Stevie Wonder.
Yeah. Favorite venue anywhere in the world?
Oh, I prefer kind of smaller venues, more chill vibe than like a big stadium. Doesn't really narrow down my options, but I'll give a shout out to a venue that I discovered when I was in LA called Winston House.
Artist you would love to see performing live, even as you know, if it's impossible?
If it was like of all time, live or dead, I think I have to go with Michael Jackson. And people who are still alive, Chili Peppers, Stromae, Bruno Mars's band is incredible. But if I had to pick of all time, Michael Jackson, I'd have loved to go to a Michael Jackson concert.
Yeah. Top festival ever, even if you haven't attended?
Generally, I'm more on like the quieter side of things. Yeah. So saying that, I think I'll go with, there was one when I was in Boston called the Beantown Jazz Festival. And it was just like an open door festival. There were different stages. You can just like walk around, and it was called Beantown Jazz because there was like a main kind of focus on jazz, but there was also a pretty decent variety of music as well.
Perfect, cool. And now it's time for the guilty pleasure.
I mean, I haven't kept up with her over the years, but I think it has to be Avril Lavigne because right now there's nothing else that I'm guilty about. But if I went back and listened to, I think the album was called Let Go, the one that had Complicated and Skater Boy and all those classic hits at the time. I think I'd still enjoy it.
I understand that you feel a bit guilty now, but it's true that it's still a great album. True.
It's iconic. Yeah,
it's iconic, definitely.
Don't forget that you can already listen to all this music in the official profile of the Global Playlist on Spotify. See you next week in ATV.